we'll see. I never say never. We'll see. All right, when it comes to Kill Bill 3, Uma would really like to do it. We talk about it every once in a while or so. Okay. They've got to wait for Bernita's daughter to get old enough to go and kill her. All right. So we'll see.
Questions for Quentin Tarantino. I was just wondering, since you just made Django Unchained and you're making Hateful 8, are you a Western director now? Can we expect more Westerns in the future?
Yeah, I actually feel that when it comes to Westerns, maybe not in the old days when people made 20 Westerns or 25 Westerns as well as doing other things, but I think at least nowadays, you have to make at least 3 Westerns to call yourself a Western director. Or anything else, you're just dabbling in the genre. And so I will eventually make 3 Westerns so I can officially call myself a Western director and throw my Westerns on the table with all the other Western directors, and then we'll just see how they stand.
And, when you become an actor, this is what you want. You want to work with the best directors and fantastic cast, and so for me, I've been a big fan of all these guys for many years, and I can only say that I had the best seat on the house. Watching all these guys in action, that was my gift.
Demian, eres un chingón, te adoro, soy un fan. Oh yeah, why do you cast Demian? You can also cast, you said a French, and also German. Why you didn't cast Christoph Waltz is your favorite, I think. But why do you like? What do you like about Demian?
Oh well, the thing about it was Damian's just an amazing actor, and actually, to tell you the truth, it's like, of all the characters, if you look at what's on the page and then you see what Damian delivered with it, it's like the one like, how the fuck did he get there from here? What's on the page doesn't really reflect what he ended up doing. Am I wrong about that? No. It doesn't reflect it at all. All right, he's like the page, fuck the page. He just did his own thing, and we're all the better for it.
You're talking about a true chameleon here. We worked together for 4 months, all of us, right? When we got on the plane from Los Angeles to come down here, none of us recognized Damian. We didn't know who he was. So I
thought it was Jennifer's security.
Nobody knew who he was. That was fun.
I just wanted to ask, recently in an interview you said that you were probably, or you most likely could stop after 10 films. And I want to know how much validity there was to that, and if so, why?
Well, we'll see what ends up happening. That wasn't so much a mission statement, more that me trying to have a serious discussion of an artist's vitality in public in a world where that's not really a good thing to do. In a world before it was all broken down into like 133 articles where the paragraphs are taken out of context. All right, but there is an aspect of, I do kind of like the idea of 10 and done. There is a kind of neat thing about that. I do like that. We'll see what happens. But you have to keep in mind though, if I go by my normal route of the last 20 years, I usually make about 3 movies a decade. So this is like number 2 for this decade. So even if I were to end in 10, that's still like another decade and a little bit more to finish that up. However, if things change as far as like, if I can't shoot on film, if I can't release to some degree or another on film, I don't know if I'll even make 10. However, we'll see what happens. All right, and I might just say the hell with that and make 15. Who knows? But I do like the idea of getting out, leaving you wanting a little bit more. Sure. I like the idea of getting out while it's like, it's still good. I don't want to be out of touch. And and if everything changes, well then I guess I am out of touch, and it's time for me to step aside and let other people take the road. On the other hand, though, part of the thing I don't like about digital projection and all that, to me, it's just HBO in public. You're just watching television in public. So if that becomes what movies become, then I can move to television. All right, then we'll cut up the middle there. miniseries in my future. I like just write my stories, and they're as long as they are, and I just shoot it all, and then like these little novels for television, and that's all good.
And my question is, what is your favorite thing you've ever said or written in a movie?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh wow, that is a good one, actually.
Good last question. And you were gonna let it go with you monsters.
Oh gosh. God, that's actually such a good question. I don't really know if I have an answer for it, especially with this press for time bill shit. All right. Gosh darn. I can't right now. I can't think of anything as far as a writer is concerned. All right, that I've written that was like my number one favorite. No, I take that back. All right. Yeah, my favorite thing I think I've ever written is the scene in the French farmhouse at the beginning of *Inglourious Basterds*. Script True Romance. It was the whole Sicilian speech, and I always knew that was the one to beat. And then when I finally wrote that scene in *Inglourious Basterds*, I was like, oh, I think I finally beat that one.